Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? A gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Tuesday morning, October 14th, and it's 3:29 in the a.m. Now, I was gonna post something, but then I started to weigh it in my head, and it's like, should I say it? Should I just let it go? And it's very rare that I do that and filter my thoughts, based on some feedback, because a lot of feedback, I don't care. I need to be perfectly honest about that. And I don't care because people don't get to tell me how I feel about certain things. We can discuss how I feel about certain things, but you don't get to dictate my feelings. That part. And if my feelings somehow offend, then let's talk about that. What did you find offensive? Because that is not my intent. What did you find offensive and why? That being said, I just saw a video that confirmed I need to speak my mind. And the video was a Maori woman responding to a comment in her quotes. In her video. And the comment was from a person from Utah based on the screen name. Okay, now, first of all, you're an American. Where are Maoris? New Zealand and Australia, in those areas. Okay? This woman from Utah, she had a picture. And let's say she was a Caucasian woman. And, I can't even say Caucasian. Maybe I can. But Caucasian just rings of eugenics to me. That's why I don't like to. Never mind. Let me just get into it. A woman from Utah says, I find the Haka beautiful. But let's not do it every day. And this Maori woman responded. She broke it down, the numbers, the tribes, how those numbers are increasing, how there are schools and universities that embrace the culture and teach people about their culture, because like the majority of people of color, their culture was, I want to say, or had been subjected to attempts to erase it based on colonization. And I want to say the caucasity and a level of xenophobia that you're going to project on a whole nother people and a whole nother country and continent. How dare you? The audacity in the caucasity. That's amazing. Let's not do it every day. And I want to say to the Maori woman, that's the American mindset. And, I too am American. I claim the country. I don't claim all the other BS that goes with it. So my apologies for this misguided woman who thinks that, based on her level of privilege, that everybody of color needs to get over something and, conform to what she believes is the norm, the standard. And that is the main problem in this country in race relations. Somebody says, I feel bad based on X, Y, Z, because they have discovered the truth about how their culture has been treated. The first response is, well, I didn't do it. That happened a long time ago. Get over it. Then the second response is, I'm going to wrap myself in the flag, and I'm going to wrap myself in privilege, and then I'm going to wrap myself in Christianity and refute and dispute everything that you say. Never mind that this information was hidden from you for many, 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 many years. Never mind that we taught you. Notice how I phrase that. We taught you our romanticized version of history. Now, when I found out that the language in textbooks were changed to erase the term slaves, I was several layers of offended. Tell the truth. If I need to get over it, and the way you tell it is accurate, why has it been said this way for so many years and then all of a sudden you change it? And then you get mad because I go back to, your previous version. How many people grew up believing the romanticized version of John Smith and Pocahontas? That's what we were told. Not I'm going to keep you and objectify you, keep you as a pet and a concubine. We were told there was a mutual attraction. No, bro, you force yourself on these people and their women. And we continue to do it today. Indigenous women disappear in droves and get no mention. Indigenous folks are still on reservations that you seem to take funding from on a regular basis after promises. It's like, why were their promises even made? They were here. Yesterday was Columbus Day. I need to address this. They were here. You took the land. You gave them craptacular land and empty promises. African American folks have dealt with slavery. All kinds of horrific work practices. Government housing projects. And let's not be fooled, those were developed for the intent of segregation. It was temporary housing for white vets till the suburbs thing developed. But it was permanent housing for African Americans because you can't live in our communities. You had redlining laws, districting laws. Then government institutions came in and separated families. You don't want to acknowledge that. Government institutions introduced crack, but you want to hold up the person that is afflicted as the problem. The proliferation of crime and guns. Just out of curiosity, how many gun manufacturing companies are owned by African Americans? Then we want to look at the money-making business of privatized prisons, another form of slavery. Then we want to look at, now there's currently a documentary running on Netflix that folks need to look at. It's about the prison system in Alabama. Now, there's also a documentary about the prison system in the South. I think it's Louisiana, the Angola prison. You need to look at all that. You need to look at all that. And for you youngsters, young African American folks who are just starting to wake up to your history or being told about your history, I want you to look really hard at New Orleans. I want you to look really hard at the history of Congo Square. I think that is a good place where cultures clashed, lies began, and whiteness was romanticized. It's a good place to start. Learn about your history from both sides. The true American history and how it relates to the American people of color.